guys. So I know that it's late, so I'm just going to do this and post it. And you guys watch it whenever you need to. And then comment in the group your questions if you have any about it. The first thing I'm going to go over are congratulations, because I'm now finally growing my group instead of just like me and 2 or 3 other people. So first, I want to say congratulations to Brittany, who promoted to lead this month, which is exciting. And she got her first new signed-on consultant. Caitlin has booked 2 whole parties for next month already. And if anybody's wondering, I don't know how good y'all are doing with booking parties for the next month, but this is my October calendar. You see how busy it is? I have one right here, and it's got a question mark next to it because it's a maybe party, because she said she might host it. So we'll see. Autumn is only 279 PRV away from her, away from her goal to be certified, which is going to give her promotion for that 5% raise. I want to say welcome to all our new team members. I'm sorry, I'm reading off this paper because I don't want to forget anything. Sharmita, I think that's how she said to say it, signed up under Brittany, which made her lead, and she's already hit active, which is great. I think it said 214, and she's in the middle of her first party. Melissa is already at the beginning of 2 parties, and she just signed up 2 days ago, I think. Yeah, 2 days ago. Jamie just signed on today. Hi! And she already has a party booked off of her party that she just hosted for me. Okay. So yeah, that's a congratulations on everybody, because everybody did something super good this month so far. But the month is not over. Don't give up. You got like a week and a half left, but you can power sail through that last week. So the only training things that I wanted to go over, first of all, was Facebook parties. I got a few questions about how I do Facebook parties and how you get sales from them, and most people, okay. So, first of all, I'm going to recommend you go to YouTube and watch the videos on how to make a successful Scentsy Facebook party. Watch those, and then if I can find them on the director's page, I'm going to tag you guys in them so that you can see how they do it also. I'm also going to tag you or invite you to groups which have mock Facebook parties, and what that means is they just post what they would post daily, and you're just going to copy that, paste it into your notes and on your camera, on your photos in your album, and then that way basically what I do is I copied and pasted a fall mock Facebook party for August and September, and I just copy and paste every day. That's all I do. The only interaction that I really have to have every day is messaging people and actually commenting back on the posts, because it'll tell you whenever your post was shared, because there's an option whenever you do it in the group for your Facebook party, to schedule it. So you could actually sit there in the morning, or for the whole week really. You could sit at your computer for like an hour on Sunday if you wanted to start it Monday, and you can sit there and schedule when you want everything to post and what you want posted, and it'll do it for you. So you don't even have to post anything during the week other than commenting or something special you want to do. Like if you're short on sales at the end of the week to hit your party goal, or any questions that somebody would have, you'd have to comment on those. Sorry, Marvin got scared. Okay. What else did I want to go through? Okay. So here's my step-by-step on the Facebook parties. First of all, get your hostess. Your main goal, whenever I start the month off in August, I started with 5 parties in 1 week, because first of all, I want to start your month off strong. That way you have some leeway room to slack off if you need to. You don't want to procrastinate at the beginning of the month, because then you're trying to hustle at the end of the month to meet your goal if you don't have it. Whenever you do the 5 Facebook parties, let's say you do, legitimately, I say that you're only going to get the amount of sales that you want to get in half of the parties. But that's it's not a realistic number, but that's just the number that I've come up with, because some hostesses, they don't participate like they're supposed to. There's a lot of people that don't accept the invite to the parties. Lots of people just ignore your text message. It just depends on how it goes. So what I do the last week of every month is I power grind through my Facebook. So I just created my Facebook whenever I started being a Scentsy consultant. So I didn't have lots of friends on there. So if I'm slacking on the friends department, I literally just go to my suggested friends list and hit add on every single person. And then after they accept, I hit add on every single person in my personal VIP group. Whenever you do that, after they accept it, don't be like super hands-on as soon as they accept it, but do that like 2 or 3 weeks before, and then you can type up a message that you can copy and paste to every single person, and you can send it to 50 people, and you can say, hey, I'm looking for people to host a Facebook party for me, or an online Scentsy party for me next month to help me expand my business and expand my customer base. Would you be willing to help me? You'll also get, free stuff and half price stuff. What I like to offer is, even if they don't reach the $200 minimum goal, because that number freaks people out a little bit, but it's actually really easy to hit if they have people that participate, and people that really like Scentsy anyway. Whenever you, sorry, I keep saying a lot because I'm really, really tired. Whenever you post the message, and if they respond, I usually tell them that I'll offer them a half-priced item. Even if they don't reach their goal, they're going to get at least one half-price item. And the only thing I do to that is you go to a party that did reach goal, which is $200, and whatever the first hostess wanted that didn't get her goal, you put the perpetual hostess reward into her on the other party and just get it shipped to you, and then you give it to her. So basically, you don't have to pay out of pocket for it, and it did help you even though she didn't reach your goal, because you got to expand your customer base, because now you're interacting with all the people that she did invite. Another recommendation I have, every person that she invites that accepts, go add that person on Facebook and add that person to your personal Scentsy VIP group, because you want them to keep on seeing your name repeatedly, even if they didn't buy anything from that party. So the second thing is, so you got your hostess, then you make the group, make the link. She invites people to the page. Okay. So I try, sometimes I don't, honestly, but I try to give my hostesses a little heads up. So you make the group and they invite people. You don't want to start posting random stuff the next day, because people don't have time to accept the invite and then understand what you're doing unless your hostess personally messaged them. I'm going to go back to that, because I want you guys, whenever you're watching the YouTube videos on how to make a successful Facebook party, one of the options is you need to make a hostess coaching video. And that's a really, really good idea, even though I know that a lot of you told me that you didn't want to make videos because you were uncomfortable doing it. What this does is let the hostess see your personality. If you don't want to make one, because what I did was I made a standard one that I could send to everybody. I'm probably going to redo it though, because it was as soon as I started, and I'm a little weird about it. But you can make one. I created a YouTube account and I just copy and paste the link, and then they go to YouTube, put the link in, and it shows them the video. But you can always do a Zoom call or FaceTime call with them and just explain what you need them to do. And this actually helps a lot, because once they get excited about what they could earn, they are more likely to interact on the page and get other people to interact. So anyway, whenever you get the hostess to invite everybody, I would just make a couple posts being like, hey, 2 days until the party, do a roll call count and see who's all interested. In the one that I do from the mock party, I offer an instant gift with every person that comments on the roll call sheet. And then about 2 days before the party, whenever you go to the group and it says invite, click on that, and then it'll tell you everybody that's in the group, and then in the top left corner, it'll say invited, and you click on that, and it'll tell you all the people that were invited that didn't accept their invite yet. Go through and hit reminder. It's a little bell. Hit reminder on every single person. And then the next day, whoever didn't accept yet, hit a reminder on every single person. Tell your hostess to share the post that you put on the group to her actual Facebook page. Make sure you give her the link. That way she can send it to people that aren't going to be on Facebook. That way she could potentially get orders from people that she works with that wouldn't be normally on her Facebook account. Another recommendation I have, that if you have somebody that is close to you, that you give them your sample bag. If you have an extra one, order an extra one if you can. Give them your testers. That way they can take them with them, because more people are more likely to buy whenever they have something in front of them that they can smell. But if you can't do that, that's okay too. Some places like Jamie's party, and Melissa's party, they live far away from here. So there was no way that I would have been able to do that. So anyway, invite reminders. Then the second step is about halfway through the party. What I do, you get all the people, anybody that comments on one of your games, anybody that comments on any of the posts, you message that person the same day, and you're like, hey, what can I help you look for? What can I help you get? Do you have any questions? Blah, blah, blah. And then after they say that, if they say anything that they can't afford, anything they wanted but they're not going to get right now, offer to host them, or for them to host you a Facebook party, a Facebook Scentsy party, or an in-home party, whatever, so that they can earn free stuff. That's going to expand your customer base and let you book another party for your next month. Once you take their order, if they did want something, you say thank you, obviously, to everybody that's commented. And then the people that did not comment, I go through, and every single person that's in the group that they invited to their party, I message every person. I've got a standard message. You just type it up and you copy and paste it to every person. The only thing that I replace is their name. And say, hey, your hostess is really close to her goal. Would you like to purchase anything to help her hit it? Or something along those lines, like, we're really trying to get Suzanne to 200 so that she can earn her free credits for hosting the party for me. So can you help her out or something? Some people will message you back, and then you'll get orders that way. The people that don't message you back, the next step is about a day before the party ends, maybe 2 days, just depending on how your party's set up weekday-wise. Have your hostess message those people. Give her a list of the names of the people that you messaged and that didn't message you back or order, but that read it. So that way that they know that they looked at what you had to say. And then whenever your hostess, she's the one that invited them. She's the one that's friends with them. So whenever she messages them, she can say, hey, I'm this close to reaching my goal. I was just trying to figure out how much I needed to make up. Are you going to be able to help me this week, or something like that? And if they say no, make sure that you tell her. You don't have to offer this if you don't want to, but I do. If someone books a party off of her party, then she gets a free half price item whenever she buys something from their party. So, like for instance, whenever Autumn signed up, she signed up for the hostess kit because she hosts a party for me. And then, honestly, don't know if Megan's your cousin. I can't remember. But anyway, I just got done with Megan's party today, and Autumn got a half price item, even though she's already consulted. Let's just ignore that. She got a half price item at her party because she booked off of hers, if that makes sense. And you can use that perpetual hostess reward on that next party and just contribute it to that, because it is the half price item. Now, remember, you don't get any PRV on the perpetual hostess rewards or on the half price items, just on retail or whatever they go over on the hostess credit. So make sure you watch that training video on your workstation if you're a little bit confused about it. Anyway, so after they message, more than likely their message is going to get a response, yes or no. And then you can decide where you go from there based on how much they've earned. Sometimes, if I have two parties that are kind of close, I will book them together just to make them go over. That way, there's hostess rewards to still give away. That way you can help both hostesses. You can still offer them a half price item since they didn't hit their goal. And I'll show you guys how to do that if you're interested in learning how to do that whenever the time comes. Because it's a little bit hard to explain whenever you're not showing how to do it. So anyway, that's how I have the Facebook parties. I'm going to add all of y'all to the mock Facebook party groups. Kimmy, which is for all you new consultants, Kimmy and Allison are our immediate directors. And Kimmy is going to add me to a mock Scentsy party. That way, the one that she uses that's successful, because I asked her, she posted saying that her average rewards was $75 and 3 half-price items. And I was like, how are you getting that much off of online Facebook parties? Because I get those for in-home parties. But like Autumn's in-home party was like $700 some dollars. But not for online parties. My average online is between $2 and like $350. So the next thing I want to talk about is your PRV. So just for all the new consultants, I'm going to go over the steps. 200 PRV every 3 months keeps you current. So you have to have 200 PRV every 3 months, or they're going to not let you be a consultant. They kick you out. And you have to wait a certain amount of time before you can jump back in. 200 PRV a month gets you active. Now, this is the minimum goal for each party, so it's really not that hard to hit for a month. Like, for instance, I don't really want to share everybody's PRV with each other, but I'm almost to 2,000. So that's a big step above 200, which is the minimum goal for the month. You can really hit 200 if you don't even try. If you just ask your family, like, hey, you guys want anything? You're probably going to hit 200 with the month. So that's something that you could do if you didn't really want to actively sell, but you wanted to stay active to keep the commission so you could get your discount technically. The middle goal is going to be 500 PRV a month. What this does is it allows you to get the opportunity to promote. Whenever you go down to your workstation, it'll tell you your title, and then click on it and it'll say how to promote, and then it tells you what you need to do. And the first thing is always have 500 PRV per month. Really, you want to shoot for higher, obviously, but that's the minimum goal, to have 500 PRV a month to keep your title. Your promotions are all dependent on you, depending on when you started, how successful your parties are, obviously. I think the one that's promoted the fastest, I think Caitlin and Brittany both promoted before I did. Not before I did, because obviously I'm the oldest in the group, but like the first month they signed up, they became certified. And I didn't become certified till my next month. Speaking of which, all the people that just signed up, Sharmita, Melissa, and Jamie, I'm giving y'all, you guys know about the Shooting Star Kit, I'm going to assume. I really want to emphasize that because that really helped me, and I know that it helps Caitlin and Brittany, because what it does is it gives you the opportunity to sell really fast. You want to make sure you're promoting your business immediately as soon as you get your consultant ID number, because you want people to know that you're selling it. This also gives you a Shooting Star Award. What this is it gives you the opportunity at a later date. You have, I think it's 90 days to purchase a kit worth $200, and you get PRV on it. So hypothetically, you could buy the $200 kit at the first of a month, and you buy it the first day, and you're already active for that month. And it gives you $350 in product that you're going to get. And you can either give that away or sell it or whatever you want to do with it. It's yours, and you got commission on it. And it's at $150 discount. So it's really nice to have that. They also send you like certificates and charms and stuff for it. And it's halfway to your first promotion, which is certified. And that's when you get your 5% raise, is whenever you hit certified, which is 1,000. So if you'll go ahead and hit that 500 in the first 15 days, then you can relax a little bit, just a little bit, and then speed through that second 500, because if you want to hit it as soon as possible, that way you get your raise. Let's see. I want to go over, we'll start with pre-booking parties, because I had 3 things that didn't really go into a category for a sequence. Pre-booking parties is, 1, I want you to book parties from parties. So if you're, sorry, this video is getting really long. I didn't realize I had this much to go over with you. If you're having a party, whenever somebody, first of all, if you have an in-home party, I want you to make it kind of like a Facebook party. All your messages of the orders you're taking are going to be private messages. So make your in-home orders private. I find that people are more connected with you whenever they're just talking to you without other people in the room. They feel more comfortable sharing their financial situation with you. Because they don't want to say that they can't afford something if a bunch of people are in the room. So then you can't really offer to book a party. So whenever you have them, I usually go into a different room and I'm like, hey, come in here whenever you're ready to order. Whenever they're in there, go through the catalog, get your product sheets, everything they circled, pull it out, whatever games that you had. Like if you do the bingo, like I do sometimes, and they do the highlighters, like get that sheet because they liked the scents that are on that paper. I ask them, after they're placing their order or whatever, I give them their total and they pay, and I'm like, okay, so now, is there anything in the catalog that you didn't get to get? Or, don't forget that, I'm booking parties for next month if you would like to have one of these, because most people say that it's fun. Like, nobody's ever walked up to me and been like, oh my God, I was so uncomfortable at this party. That's never happened. So, be like, hey, would you like to host a Facebook party? I know I personally wouldn't do this, but Brittany hosts them at her house for people. Like, they're like, yeah, but I don't have anywhere to host it. And she offers her house. So if that's something that you want to do, you can definitely do that. I don't, but you can definitely do that if you want to. Whenever you get somebody that's like, I don't know if I'm interested, make sure you pull out that flyer. If you don't have flyers, you need to get some. It's the host and join brochures, and let them know what kind of like rewards they're gonna get, which is the half off items and the host credit. I'm so sleepy. I'm so sorry. I got up at 4 o'clock this morning. And then, they're saying, yeah, I'll host a Facebook party, and then, or in-home party or Scentsy party, whatever. And just tell them, like, after they say that, ask them, like, okay, well, on the back of that brochure is information on if you ever want to join my team. And you don't have to talk about that with them right that second if you don't want to, but just kind of read the expression in their face, or maybe they'll just flat out say no, or that they're interested. And then that way you can talk to them about it at a later date. Some people will just walk up to you and say that they are already interested, and they're like, hey, what can I do about this? Because that's how I always end my parties. Always. I say, that's the last brochure I pull out, or that's the last post that I put on their page. I'm like, host a party for me, get these rewards. Become a consultant with me, and you'll get, 20% discount for life, minimum. And you'll get, free stuff and commission and whatever. Disney trips, if you're winning one of those. So yeah, pre-booking opportunities. Make sure you're just messaging people constantly. That's another thing, is the last 2 weeks before the month ends, which I'm going to power through it now because I haven't really started. Message everybody on your Facebook and be like, host a party for me, but say it nicer. I mean, make it sound more attractive. And get your parties like lined up, because you can have more than one Facebook party at a time. It's not hard. I thought it was going to be hard, so I was doing only one at a time, and it was a lot before I could make up my sales. But now I do 4 or 5 at a time if I can, and I post the same thing in every party every day. You just have to make sure that you distinguish which guest list goes with who. Sorry, I'm going to try and go really fast on this last little bit because it's almost 25 whole minutes. Let's see. Whenever that. Okay, let's talk about recruiting really, really fast. I know that some of you consultants are new and you don't really care about it, but I want you to care about it because I want to tell you that I started in May, and I want to explain to you how my paychecks have went. The first month that I started, I was a consultant for 2.5 weeks. My paycheck was $136. The second month, I was a consultant for a whole month, and I didn't have anybody underneath me, and I got a $331 paycheck. The third month, I had 2 people underneath me. Both of them were active. Both of them got promoted, and I got a $441 paycheck. Okay, so that's 3 months. This last month, I had 3 people underneath me, 3 people active. I was active. I hit 2,000 for that extra 5% raise, and I got an $815 paycheck. So my paychecks have doubled every single month, and it's because of my recruiting. Because I can't do that by myself. You might think like people don't like. Okay, here was my time frame or my thought process whenever I was recruiting. I was like, okay, she hosted a party for me, and now I have these guests and these customers. So if I sign her up, then they're not my customers anymore. So they are so I'm not going to get as high commission, and you won't. You're not going to get as high commission as you would selling directly to them. But that is work that you don't have to put in anymore that you're still getting commission on. Go find new customers. It's not difficult. Facebook is huge. The internet is huge. Go find somebody that's not even from here. Jamie, not from our state, never met her before. Melissa lives across the state. Actually, I moved to North Carolina, so she lives in Virginia, all the way like toward Virginia Beach somewhere. They're nowhere near us. So, I said us like y'all aren't here. But, like, find people that are away from you if you have to. But it's not difficult, and you need to recruit because that's how you promote. That's how you get raises. Building your team is a lot easier whenever you have support underneath you. I know personally, other than Kimmy, whenever I very first started doing the calls and stuff, they have trainings, and the groups are super, super important and informative. But I personally feel like if I message someone constantly that's above me, they get aggravated. And I want y'all to know that I do not get aggravated with y'all. I like answering your questions because my paycheck reflects it. If I answer a question for you and you make sales off of that, I feel that in my pocket. So remember that. I want you to recruit people. Whenever you have a hostess that hits $200 and she does not want her hostess kit, and no one at her party wants her hostess kit, post on Facebook that you have a hostess kit available. There will be somebody that's watching you. Even if they don't grab it right then, they're going to grab it eventually. So post it every single time. But tell them it's a mystery. Like, you got to read the compliance agreement to figure out what exactly you can post. Tell them it's a mystery kit. You know, the price you get, they have to personally message you to find out or whatever. And then if that happens to you, I'll show you how to switch the hostess over so that someone else can claim that kit so that you have people under you. Also, I'm not going to talk about flipping parties because Kimmy did that, and I'll just tag y'all in the video. The last thing that I wanted to go over is kind of what I'm going to start doing now, and I think Autumn's doing it to go ahead and hit that first promotion goal for the month. We have a week and a half, so I want to talk about last minute smash sales. What this is if you have a goal, whether it be 500, 1,000, you know, 2,000 for the month, whatever, and you're like $300 away, like Autumn, I'm just going to use you for instance, I'm sorry, you're $279 away. 9 bundle packs of 6 is, it's like 9.3 is $279. So you need basically 10 people to buy a 6-pack bundle to meet that goal. So that's all I post. Like, I've done that before. I say I need 10 people to buy a 6-pack bundle from me, equal to $30. Or if, you know, they message you and they're like, I don't really want waxes, like, they can make any $30 purchase. It does not matter. As long as you're going to get toward that goal. And if you're close enough, really, if you have the funds, you can make it up yourself. That way you do promote and you do get that raise and you do hit your goal, whatever. And then you'll have inventory back up. It just depends on the funding that you have right now. But make sure that you're constantly posting. That's another thing. do not take days off. I have made that mistake multiple times and I still do it. I'm like, I'm tired and I'm not going to post. I am on my phone every day. I'm on Facebook every day. There's no reason I can't post every day. Do not go 4 days without posting. Do not go 5 days without posting. Do not go 1 day without posting about Cincy. You can post other stuff. You can post about your house and your kids and your dog and whatever. But make a Cincy post every day. That way people know, like, I watched this thing that said they watch you way before they buy from you or even talk to you. They're watching what you're doing. Today I had a party for this girl and nobody wanted her hostess kit. So technically right now it's up for grabs. I'm going to close her party tomorrow evening. And if nobody grabs the kit, then nobody grabs the kit. But I posted it and I had 2 people message me saying they wanted to sign up. It's a funding issue right now. And they're like, well, we're not going to have it until a certain day. But that's still 2 people that were interested. So that's 2 people that you can either offer parties to so they can recruit towards you. Or you can add them to your list of people to message whenever you have another opportunity for a discounted kit. That way you know who wants to sign up and the information that you need. So really there's no downside to posting. And do not just not say anything about the kit to anybody. Don't do that ever, 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 ever. Sharmita, Melissa, and Jamie, I'm not gonna push recruiting on y'all right now. Like, y'all work on your first promotions. I know Autumn had somebody interested in recruiting maybe, but we want to get you to that $279 goal, so that you get that 5% raise for sure. I really think that's the only thing that I had to go over. I'm going to try to remember. I'm going to, it's a little note. Add to mock groups. And that's you guys. And... oh, also, if you're not watching the training calls on, I can't remember if it's like Thursday, and then Kimmy's going to start having some on Monday. If you can do it, watch them because they're really helpful. Even if you don't take notes or anything, which you can, and it will be helpful if you can do that. But just, like, you don't even have to turn your camera on. Just sit it up and listen to it. And a lot of the stuff that they say is really helpful. And lots of people on the team are really, really interactive with it. So, yeah, I think that's everything I had to go over. If anybody has any questions at all, comment or put the thing in the group or whatever. Also, there was just something that didn't really have anything to do with any training. I just wanted to talk to y'all for a minute. Now that we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I make 7 people on the team. And since I'm the leader, I want y'all to know that there are people above me and there are other groups. So, 1, if you have questions and I cannot answer you, please, and it's not that I don't know the answer, but I physically do not have my phone in my hand all the time. I work a million jobs. I work 45 hours a week at a restaurant. I paint people's houses, I clean people's houses, and I deliver furniture for Roses on Saturday. Like, I have something to do every single day. And I do parties, Cincy parties, obviously. And sometimes there's no way that I can answer your question as soon as you ask me. Post in this group chat. People will help you. People will answer you. Brittany and Caitlin are super awesome about responding super quickly. And they most of the time have the answers. They've been with me the longest. And they know how the workstation works and they've been with it. But there's other teams that I'm going to add you to. Post in there. Use your workstation. Personally, I'm going to be honest, as a Cincy consultant, I don't like using the workstation. I can hardly find stuff, but I feel like it's mostly because I work from my phone. If I had a computer, like, everything would be laid out differently and I could find stuff better, so I'm working on that. But do not get discouraged if I do not message you back immediately, but also don't wait for me. Ask someone else, because sometimes it's going to take, even if I respond to you and I'm like, hey, I don't know, but I'll have to look, it could be a whole day before I'm able to look because I physically can't do it because I'm tired all the time because I'm working all the time. So that's the only things that I had to go over with you. I'm so sorry that this training was 35 minutes long. It did not mean to be, so y'all can watch it in increments if you have to. Don't even watch me, just listen to it. Put your little AirPods in. So yeah. If anything changes with your business, ask me or post in here. And that's really all I had to say. So I'm going to go to bed. Y'all have a good evening.